What does Sri Krishna say? Sri Krishna says, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, the ones who are in Ananya Bhakti to me, who are always dedicated to me, who are always thinking about me and doing upasana to me, Tesham, to them, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, because they are always united with me, Nitya Abhiyuktanam, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I carry them to yoga, to kshema, to goodness. I carry them. So this Ananya Bhakti, we have to practice without fail. The moment the identity comes up and says, I am happy, question it. Is it a mind-based happiness or is it the Adhara happiness? The moment it says, I am sad, Gita Acharya has clearly said, Ashocyanan Vashochastvam Prajna Vadamscha Bharsase. We are grieving for something that need not be grieved for. So immediately recognize, transcend. And think of him. Think of the master. Immediately go inward. Immediately go inward. Immediately go inward. Immediately seek his solace. Immediately seek him. And you will find him revealing himself at every point in time in a grand manner. And so he says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yomi Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. In this Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, these are two very, very important verses. So I thought we will spend some time on it. This is literally, it is as if he is revealing secrets, Rajaguhya. The secret alone, if we are able to understand and decipher and go across, then there is no stopping us. See, in Patram Pushpam, I think everybody understands that verse. It's very easy to understand as far as Sanskrit goes. Whatever you give me with love, I will accept with joy, he says. So Patram, if you give me a leaf, Pushpam, if you offer a flower, Phalam, if you offer me fruits, Toyam, if you just offer me water, offer it with bhakti, I will accept it with total joy, he says. So Patram, it is not important for us. Whenever we can celebrate him in a grand manner, let us celebrate him in a grand manner. No doubt about it. That will be beautiful to do. And let us enjoy him in a grand manner. But let us not stop ourselves from worshipping him with whatever we have at whatever time, at all times literally. Whatever we have. At the first level, in actual offerings, physical offerings to him, he says, even if you give me the simplest of things, I will take. But you should have the bhakti bhava behind it. Total bhakti. So Patram. So there is this beautiful story from Mahabharata, no? Which Kameshwar had said once about this Durvasa coming. When the Pandavas were in Vanavasa, this Akshaya Patra had been given to Draupadi. And she finishes serving them, all the Pandavas, and then she eats that last part. Once everyone is served, she eats the last, and then she's supposed to turn it round and keep. Then after that, the next day, again, it will come as Akshaya Patra. And she had finished serving, and she had finished eating, and she had kautified the patram, and suddenly Durvasa turns up. Suddenly Durvasa turns up and he wants food, and he comes with his Shishyas also, I think. And he says, now give me food. She has to buy time. Where will she give food? There's no food. They're all in Vanavasa. Atiti, but Atiti means without titi, without announcement, they'll come. Very difficult, extremely difficult. We can't plan for them. Okay. So she has to buy time. And then she sends him, says, you go freshen up and you come. You go to the nearest river, you freshen up and you come. And he said, she sends him away. And then she prays to Krishna. Who else? Nidang Gati. And then he appears. And he says, what happened? And he says, okay, give me that patram. And he sees that there will be one. That's why I remember this is because there will be the ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு இலை தான் இருக்கும். இலை ஒட்டின்னு இருக்கும். அதுல சில பேர் வந்து அதை வந்து அரிசி பெருக்க ஒட்டிட்டு இருக்குது அப்படின்பா. But in most of the versions, I think it says that there will be one curry leaf stuck there. And he eats that, and Durvasa is full. He's gone to freshen up. He can't come and eat, so he disappears without telling. It's that complete surrender. And the Krishna Tarazila Vekache, Krishna will sit on one side, and Satyabhama to weigh him, he'll want to weigh him. It is Satyabhama Garbhabangatla varun nenikare. So he says, you give equal weightage to me, you will have to put on the other side. And they'll put a lot of things, lot of jewels and all that, and they'll be always, Krishna will be heavier. And then Rukmani will come and put one Tulasi Dalam on this side, and it will become equal. So it's like when you realize that it is just the offering with love that he wants, which immediately is heavier than even him, then that is something very beautiful. Of course, Pushpamku, there is the beautiful narrative of Kadaisila Gajendra Mokshathila. Our so many years and years and years and years and years and years and years of suffering the samsara sagara. That is, which is what? Which is the crocodile holding him. Like all of us in so many janmas, with that crocodile called samsara holding us. Till we surrender through Ananya Bhakti. Gajendra says, Jichi Vishe Naha Mihamuyakim Antar Bahishcha Avritayah Ibhayonya Ichchami Kalena Nayasya Viplavaha Tasyatma Lokavaranasya Moksham. He says, I don't want, it's not that I want moksha only from this crocodile. That's there. No doubt about it. I want to be relieved of this very great trauma that I am in. No doubt. But I don't want to have any of these pluses and minuses coming to me again. He was Gajendra. He was the king of his group. Everything was good. But Dayananda Saraswati pati na adikadi solvene, அவர் வந்து அழகா வாழ்க்கை பத்தி சொல்வார்னாக்கா துக்கி 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 சுகி துக்கி 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 சுகி துக்கி 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 துக்கி. Often I've shared this with you. Because that is life. So he says, I don't want to be born in any yoni. Avri yoni na odane vande ayonija kalla kashtam illaya. There was see, Sita was an ayonija, Draupadi was an ayonija, born of the earth, born of fire. But did they not suffer? What is meant is, by don't allow me to be born again means don't allow me to have an identity based existence again, an identity which considers it myself apart from you. And so finally what does he do? He just picks up, in that total surrender, he picks up one of the lotuses in that tank Pushkar Lake, I believe it is Pushkar. We went there and then immediately they said, this is the place where Gajendra had his moksha. Very nice. Wonderful. It was so beautiful to see. But of course the tank doesn't have lotuses right now. But at that time, he picks up one lotus and he says, Narayana, Akhila Guru, Bhagavan Namaste. He shouts for Narayana. Surrender is complete. Narayana comes. He makes him wait for so many thousands and thousands of years before he appears. When the time is right, he will come. Pushpam. Phalam. Of course, Shabari. Toyam. Rantideva story is there. But the underlying factor of this whole thing is bhakti. Yome bhaktya prayachati. That bhakti should be complete. That surrender should be complete. ஊனும் அர்ப்பணம், உயிரும் அர்ப்பணம், வாழ்வும் அர்ப்பணம், உன் அருளால் உனக்கு எல்லாம் அர்ப்பணம். That is one of the productions we did in Rasade. When that arpana is there, the samarpana is complete. He only gives that samarpana, that he only gives that completeness also. At that point in time, he only gives it. Till then, I am doing, I am praying, 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 is there. At that point, when he says, the prayer is you, everything is you, I am not, then he'll come. I cannot be, he'll come. And then he reveals himself. So it is that beautiful surrender is what he emphasizes. It is not about patra, it is not about pushpa, it is not about phala, it is not about toya. He gives those all as examples to say, focus on the bhakti. Focus on the bhakti, and when you give yourself to me, I don't have a choice. I will have to save you. And then he says, if this is not done, what happens? That also he mentions in the same chapter. What do? If you seek good things and you do good karma, what will happen? You will get Swarga. You will get Swarga. Okay. But what will happen after that? You will go there. Te punyamasadya surendra lokan. Ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan. So you will enjoy all Swarga sukha. Tetam bhuktva Swarga lokam vishalam. Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. Having finished the punya karma, exhausted all that punya karma, back again into the same world you will come. Again plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus. Pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain. Dukki, 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 sukhi, dukki, 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 sukhi, dukki, 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 sukhi. Again. So he says, don't focus on that. Don't focus on doing good karma and getting swarga and all those things. Good, that's fine. It will take you to comfort zones, great comfort zones. But Gita Acharya clearly states that that is not the end. In Rajavidya Rajaguhya, he says, this is a secret which you should know. I am telling you, this is not the end result. This is not what you should seek. You should seek me. Through Ananya Bhakti. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam, kshine punye martilokam vishanti. Evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. Gatagatam, 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 gatagatam. Gama gama, gama gama. Kama kama labhante. So they get their end results. But where is the end of the end results? All these end results are still keeping us in different boats, coming back to where we started. Where we were in the same storm but different boats. So today I'm boat Ambika, tomorrow I'll be boat something else. I would have enjoyed the calm of another ocean probably. Swarga ocean, this is Bhavasagara ocean, world ocean. Swarga ocean, also part of world, one aspect of world only. Enjoyed that, and the end result of that, come back into this. One more. So just don't get lost in this. Think of me all the time. Be in Ananya Bhakti to me. And I assure you, Ananya Chintayantu Mam Ijana Pariyupaste is a very famous verse. But here in 9th chapter, when he is telling us the secrets of existence, the greatest secrets of existence he is telling us not to focus on anything apart from him. He is telling us clearly to think of him as the Mata, Pita, Bandhu, Bhrata, everything. And he is telling us to offer of ourselves to him. And he is telling us, I will take. So he makes us do all this, and he finally takes care as well. So all we have to do is sit back, relax, but with the totality of surrender and allow him to act. So let us make this effort to allow him to act, to do our abhyasa, because we have to do our abhyasa. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasana anyagamina. He says Abhyasa Yoga is the most important. We have to go on practicing and practicing and practicing. It is not an easy task. It's not an easy game. See, what are we asking for? We are asking for the highest truth. I go on saying this. When we ask for 10 rupees donation, we find it difficult to get. People who are who have the capacity to give, even they will question us because of understanding the pakwa of our organization. Like that, we have to be pakwa, no kiye karidime takiye pakkuvam akkiniye andarulla runachala. If we are not ready, if we are not pakwa, how can we fall from that tree? Like the ripe mango fruit, we have to fall on our own. So he has to make us that pakwa. So if we are not a mature organization, if we are not a mature individual, how can he take us in? How can he give us the highest when we are not ready? When we are not ready for the highest, how can he give us the highest? So he makes us ready for it. Let us allow ourselves to become pakwa and surrendered to him totally, so that he will take this boat of ours across. Om